This dude's name is Robin Locksley. I guess, are we ready to go? It's not in there. Oh, what is this? What is this? I'm getting smoked chicken. It's just handing me chicken. Yes, I love it. I give Ish headphones now. I'm doing the lollipop for him. Alright, about damn turn. Oh, son of a bitch. I'm fucking stupid. I didn't unlock the Savage yet. I need to go over to, actually, can I unlock it now since I've beaten it, or do I have to finish the quest line? Okay. Because I didn't finish up the quests. Oh, so I do have to do the cutscene before? Okay. Well, I just didn't want... Well, I'm getting ready to go to the dude. I just didn't want to... The Wandering Minstrel? But the Minstrel is who you go to for the Savage. No, you go to him for Savage. Okay. I did not know this. Tell him I'll be a minute. My dumbass forgot, because for some reason, I don't know why I forgot. Nope, I have to finish up the quests. Like, I still have Voice of the Soul, so I believe I have to finish it. Hi.
Hey, bro.
Hey. So I
Welcome to
totally...
the cutscenes, huh?
Yeah, as soon as we were done, I closed out and I went to bed, and then all I've been doing all day has been story. MSQ.
No.
So I completely forgot to do this. And
Oh,
I was like,
no.
yeah. It's okay. I'll get there. Looks like we're still waiting on other people anyway, so I just can't join party fine until I get this unlocked.
Yeah. Actually, everyone's here but you. Oh no! I'm just kidding.
It's all
We have our static likes to wait until everyone's grouped up in the party finder before joining chat. Kaius always shows up as we're queued up.
It's okay. I've been experiencing emotions in the story, so it's worth it.
I'm doing just the very basic melding so far, like just filling up the 2 slots.
Oh no, basic. I spent.
So
Actually, I didn't spend that much over melding.
I'm
It
gonna
was
go ahead
pretty
and say that the
lucky.
only thing that's worth overmelding is probably the belt, since it's the one that's only got 1 slot.
Actually, it says that the better belt for DPS is the Eden normal
Yeah,
belt.
yeah, because it's got 2 slots for materia.
Well, just the base stats on it too.
Aw.
Yeah. Tank is weird, so we do tank stuff. I have
Well,
tenacity
I mean,
melds.
This is just talking like starting.
I know. That's what
Gear.
I mean. Like my starting prog gear too. It has tenacity melds on it.
Yuck. There's so much piety on the crafted set again, and I'm like, ugh. Crit.
We heard you like piety on the last set, so we gave it to you again.
And again,
I mean, I'm gonna be honest.
Oh, are there like already?
Having piety is
Sets to
is gonna
follow?
be nice.
there's a prog set which was basically it's gonna assume you have like the crafted gear, and then
okay.
depending, I haven't looked in paladin resources, but depending on the people, they may or may not have created like a like kind of like make your way up to best in slot guide, because sometimes
Yeah.
they do that. Yeah,
Okay.
so I don't know if your paladin.
There's.
I had to get the chess piece because I'm fucking $4.99 best in slot, and I'm like, oh cool.
Sometimes that's fine because you're using
Oh
like
yeah,
what
because of
the
the
weird ass
yeah,
helmet,
'cause
right?
of
The relic helmet.
the 490 tank head.
Yeah.
I still think that is the craziest best in slot ever. That like
I know.
The-
No, I
the-
just
the
love
the
that.
idealized
Nazaria.
headpiece.
I just love that like almost all the tanks had like a different helmet for best in
Ugh.
slot. It was just like either you have the Eating Choir helmet, or you have the Tome augmented, or you have your relic for some reason.
It depends on I can see why it depends on some tanks, because paladins are not damagey tanks. They are I'm gonna get smacked on tanks.
Yeah, well, I think they prefer direct hit. I can't remember the difference between the helmets were again. It was something.
Yeah, paladins did a bit on direct hit. You only skill speed for like the more desired
Yeah,
weapon speed.
Warrior is just like if it has crit, take it. If it has direct hit,
Yep.
dump it. So
Yep.
it's like
Crit
Warriors,
crit
we gotta
crit
stop
for
doing.
days, just because you're going to be guaranteed to get all the things like every
All
90
the
seconds
crits.
or however
Yep.
however often you can use your
Yep.
super berserk.
Yep. I don't know much about Gunbreaker or Dark Knights. I can't remember what helmets they used, but Paladin was a weird one. I think it was weird.
So
I
yeah,
actually go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'm not gonna overmeld yet. I'll work on that over the next week or so.
So I've already overmelded, so it's not my fault if we die.
I'm not overmelded either, so I mean,
uh,
the only
I
reason-
have faith in you, Heish.
yeah. Oh, that was funny though because like I blew up all my tenacity, like level 7 ones, grade 7s. And I was like, oh no. I was like, okay, I know nobody uses tenacity. Can I just have some from people? And everyone's like, yeah, sure, we have tons. I was like, yeah, I knew it. Because who the hell melds tenacity?
Fuck is a crypt lurker? Wait, oh.
a crypt lurker is a thing that lurks in crypts.
You are not helpful as usual.
God, isn't
I regret
crypt?
nothing.
I need the crypt lurker's Elmo offending as a helmet.
That's Tombstone. For doing
Oh.
that.
Elmo?
Yeah, it's
Elmo?
It's the crypt lurker's
495.
Elmo offending.
Yeah, I think it's like 495 or whatever the.
Yeah.
Wow,
Weird.
530. Weird. Oh, cool. Oh, good. No random fucking helmets for me to get from random EX shit.
I did
That's what you
contemplate.
said.
I did contemplate doing expert roulette. I should have done it earlier so I could get enough.
Oh right,
So I can get
exactly.
tombstone so I can purchase my ring.
Yeah.
There
Yeah, I'll
we
probably
go.
Go accessories first.
I'll look into that stuff later.
Well, I know
One
I'm
of
gonna
my,
need the, I know I'm
chess
gonna need the
piece.
ring because I mean that's gonna be one of my best in slots. The other one is gonna be the Eden ring, obviously. There we go.
One of my 3 builds I can do is like all melded skill speed. It's pretty ridiculous.
Go fast, Chin.
There's slow Sam, fast Sam, and then steady Sam.
Oh
But
god.
which Sam do you like?
Not steady.
I wonder
Steady
what-
is the middle one.
Yeah.
Slow is beginner friendly, and slow Sam is the preferred one. So I'm
Oh.
probably gonna go with slow Sam.
I go fast warrior.
Do we have a gear Excel sheet or anything?
Oh yeah, I could copy. I'll copy that later. Make one for us.
Okay.
I don't know, the cells were weird in the last 4 rows.
Yeah, I don't know
Why don't we just edit the one that we've
Oh
got?
yeah, we should just edit the one that Chin had.
'Cause I don't think I was ever on it.
You
I mean,
were.
You can just-
Oh, I was?
You just never
You were.
updated it.
Where did we even
I
put
think
it?
Azami was kind of the same way too.
Yeah,
Never really
Don't
updated
compare
it.
me to a zombie!
Lol.
God damn
Sorry!
it. Okay, I'm gonna get more
It's
water. real
still
quick.
linked in the loot channel.
It is, but I'll repost it. It's pinned.
Oh, okay.
Hey Liz, just steal someone's name on that sheet.
My
And then,
pleasure. Can it be one of you guys' names?
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
steal mine. Go
Take
for
my
it.
name.
Sick.
Oh shit, I think I did this like right when I first joined. Oh, April. Things were so innocent back then.
I will edit the eye level stuff later.
Yeah. Remember, it's
I'll do that another time.
yeah. We just use the drop down menu for this stuff. Don't type stuff in.
If I see any trash in there, I swear to God.
I'm changing all of mine to trash. Because I'm trash.
Oh no.
Aw, you're
No,
not
I'm just kidding.
trash.
I'm actually gonna change it to crafted because that's what I've got.
I guess at some point I'll need to update mine eventually, huh?
You
Yeah.
will take over
I'm taking over
Azami's.
zombies.
Azami.
Everyone
Oh.
can take over.
Liz, you're taking over Yalva, who thinks he's a black mage. He took the black mage route when it first dropped.
See, it's like he knew. It's perfect.
Galva? Okay. Should I just put in my current eye level and stuff?
Yeah, we'll do that
current gear
later.
that I'm putting
Yeah.
in?
It's okay,
Oh,
Hayla.
okay.
It's understandable.
So, like-
it does look like World of Darkness because.
Well, actually, what it is?
Let's go.
It's,
I'm on eye level cloud of darkness.
So the left
I
side,
Click yes. I never looked where we were going.
the left side is
Cape Western
your best
again.
in slot, Liz, and then the right side's what you have, and it'll like tell you how many tokens you should be getting in order
Cool.
to get stuff.
I
yeah,
can
skip
have
this
these
one.
tabs open.
And it
I'm not
makes it
skipping
like a priority thing.
Skip, because I want to pull.
Oh, she's so
Okay, pull. Like, start a countdown
City
right
of
now.
Darkness.
Okay.
Yay.
Okay, I'm counting.
We've done it.
Alright.
You're not getting any cards if you do that.
That's how it is.
Oh, can you switch
That's
the
just how it
countdown
be.
to 20 seconds?
Oh, you need 20 seconds. Yeah, we can do that.
Because we got an
Alright, I'm out of my cutscene. Oh, we're pulling. Okay, go!
Alright, I see
Oh,
other
no.
people's cutscene didn't end. quite
Oh
as
no,
mine.
Elizabeth has already used his
Oh,
thing.
no.
Oh no,
Oh, wait.
Guys has already used
Oh.
his thing too.
Okay, so
Nope.
Wallace.
Oh,
bad.
wow.
Nope.
Alright,
Nope,
we got
you
this.
can
I'm going.
die.
Hey, Tanks.
I'm tanking. You're welcome.
Chin,
Uh,
Here's
Chin,
my
run,
job.
I
Run,
did what I could.
it hurts.
Chin,
Raging
run.
strikes out of habit.
Classic started
Don't
with
do
Raid
it.
Wide.
So
Don't be
obviously,
a
raid wide AOE is the very first thing that comes out.
We're progging, guys. That was like 10 seconds.
Alright, we'll do like a few pulls and then we'll see what happens. And then we'll check the guide when people get tired.
Let's actually see a couple of actual mechanics.
Yeah, let's see what they are. I'm curious. Pop prog food? Yeah.
Oh, I didn't add
yeah,
that to
I
my
have a touch
hot
of
bar.
food.
Oh wait,
Let me use
I have
that.
chicken.
Oh fuck, I didn't put it on my hot bar either.
Ish gave me chicken. I need to
I
eat
got
it.
chicken fettuccine.
I'm still using stuff out of the cabbages.
Okay,
I used up the last of mine in Ukop.
That's fair. I'm sorry, Halo, you got hit.
I have 100 pots from last year still that I can burn through.
I should probably stand right here.
That's good prog stuff.
Yeah, I got like 50
Ew.
potions. Oh yeah. Are they on my hotbar? Absolutely not.
Alright guys, you want to see 80% or better.
I was expecting that to do a lot more damage.
Wait,
What is this?
that's not her hand.
I don't.
Oh,
Okay, don't.
How did I live?
Spread out.
They look like lasers coming from her, so that's probably cardinal spots.
no.
We need spread out. It's basically like the Proteans and shit.
Yeah,
We were all
yeah.
stacked together, so that's why we all died.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like cardinal spots would help.
Yeah, it's either
makes
that
sense why
or it
it
was a double tank buster. It's one or the other. So let's pick clock spots.
I mean, that would probably be best for me.
I'm
Cool.
pretty sure healers and tanks can be usually are cardinals, aren't they?
It's probably not gonna matter unless we have a mechanic where like healers have to stack with people.
You good, Alex? You know where you're going?
Going to hell.
You're
But
north.
before you get there, where are you going?
Oh, we're doing the positional. Sorry, I was setting up streaming, so
Oh,
I
you're
can record
fine.
this.
Oh yeah.
You didn't have this set up ahead of time. How dare
Oh, I just have to turn it on, motherfucker. I can go here because it's the only empty corner.
All right, cool. Let's try again. Here we go. Or do you need a second to set it up?
Set what up?
For stream.
Oh.
I assume she needs a second.
So yeah, I hope you guys like the
Sorry.
fact that you took like next to no damage for that raid wide view.
Oh, I might have over mitigated though. Maybe I'll save some
There's no
mitigation.
such thing as over mitigation.
There are 50 pulls to get that mitigation down.
Make sure
right,
you
so.
save some mitigation for potential tank busters though.
Yeah, well, I mean, shake it off is all I got for team mitigation. Besides Reprisal.
And the fun part is making sure ours don't overlap.
Always stay west.
AoE.
Just then a little better.
Stack with partner.
I feel this is a double tank buster, but nope, it's weird. Okay.
I did.
Wait.
I mean, do you want some spoilers? Because
Okay,
I
so
did
that
watch a
means-
video.
It's a stack. It's a
Oh
stack.
yeah, we have this.
100% a stack.
Oh!
You,
It depends
You
on
do
which
have to-
formation
Tank
she
busters.
uses.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
That's
Yeah,
tank
yeah,
buster.
yeah. That'll just take to the face.
Godspeed.
Uh,
Tank
that's a-
swap. Yep,
Oh!
Well,
that's a tank swap.
Evoke.
yeah, you got a tank
Alex.
swap in the middle of it. As far
AoE.
as I understand now.
Okay, this is the thing with the thorns. Ow. That's a lot
Oh,
of damage.
Alex.
That is a lot.
Yeah, I'm
That's
fine though.
that was 98k.
Oh, I took 100.
Place Bramble.
I did
No, why'd you
learn.
do that? We should see the mechanic.
I think
So-
I'm guessing like 2 people saw the video. By the
Because-
way, Alex.
That's fine. I mean, I only remember some of it because I wasn't paying attention for a lot.
I
Okay,
feel
so
like we're gonna have to do
the 4
tank healers and cardinals.
there were DPS that died on that one, so we'll need a DPS and tank and or healer combo.
Where?
So like
Oh,
one DPS,
right.
one healer, one DPS, one tank partner together for the.
It's gonna be partners. So
So, east side, west side?
Let's
So-
switch. Yeah, let's switch up. Can you go northeast? And then
Alex
we're
south.
gonna go west, and
yes,
then we can
I
all just
prefer
rotate.
south.
DPS can just rotate clockwise.
That's your partner.
Jin, you're my partner again.
Hi,
Zhang. Partners are
No,
2
I'll
people
come
or
back.
group? Oh, okay.
It's 2 people. I
It's
think it's 2 people.
Oh, okay.
So what was the
otherwise,
animation?
otherwise we're gonna overlap the AOE's
Yeah.
on each other, and that sounds like a bad thing.
Is this after the spread laser?
No,
right after it?
It'll either be spread laser or it'll be partner stat.
Oh, is there a
Right.
difference in the attack name?
I think
Animation, I think.
one orb
It's animation.
is the spread,
Oh.
and then 2 purple orbs is the stack.
Yeah, so when
Okay.
she's like got her hands out and she's got 2 orbs floating, that's the
Okay.
buddy system.
That's
I'm writing
cool.
notes, so
You're good. You're fine. Let's try again.
okay.
Can we call that the buddy system? Shout
Yeah,
I'm good with
Buddies.
out. Like
Talk
buddy
about-
system.
please shout out buddy system.
I mean, that's what we call pair bumps, buddies. So everyone knows it.
Is that really what we called it? I can't
Yeah.
remember.
Or partners, buddies or partners, one or the other.
Oh, maybe partner sounds more
Yeah.
rememberable. Like buddies doesn't sound right.
AoE. Rodian.
Just spread, so just stay in your spots.
Ooh, nice.
God, buddy.
Yeah, I think she does partner right after. So do
Yeah.
partner.
Buddies. Kayla, you're done with
There we go.
Nice.
Okay.
And after this,
Tank Busters.
Tank Buster. Okay, wait, swap.
swap now.
Swap.
Provoke. Alec Shurd.
I'm giving it to you
Ice
either
arrow.
way.
Oh, I should have mitigated that.
That's a sudden turn. Oh my god.
Oh,
You might want to come up here for that.
yeah, I guess so.
I'm
I'll
gonna
price
get
this.
Caius.
Didn't know that was gonna be such a big boy.
So
Laser.
does that count as Alec killing Caius?
That
Yes, it
does
does.
not count.
Not bad.
No,
Yes,
I will
yes,
not
it
accept
does.
this.
Place
Absolutely
Fury.
fucking not.
Oh god, knock back.
Knockback.
Oh,
Away from
And then
color
drops.
walls.
Okay.
Oh,
Wait.
oh.
Oh, we need
So you
bait
get
though.
knocked back, you get knocked back, bait it, drop it, walk back in.
Oh shit.
Oh god. Oh god.
wait.
That's a lot of chains.
Okay,
Okay, broke that.
I'm good.
Oh,
Oh, dude.
Right here.
Ow.
Sides then healer stacks then out.
Oh no, wide angle lasers. I'll just do like
Wait,
normal.
I'm-
See what it does.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Wait,
Oh.
she goes to a certain side,
Wait, it's
right?
unlimited.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Ow. Oh,
Oh.
god!
Oh,
I
And
knew
then
it.
move.
I knew it.
immediately fell over.
I stepped over because I was like, this
I managed to be standing in the correct spot for a couple of those mechanics without actually looking.
is. Yeah.
So, Heish, when we do the tank swap, do you want to just switch positionals since it looks like we're gonna have to bait the plants? Anyway?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like, when you're main tank, you're north. I'll take your place when I'm not main tank.
Okay.
Basically.
As
Um,
usual.
Yeah.
So
when.
for that mechanic, we had the knockback, drop the puddles, then walk in.
Yeah. I don't know where to drop the puddles though. Is the thing.
I'm assuming the edges, so it
Yeah.
breaks faster.
Yeah.
Oh, so you can run? No, because I
So
don't
it knocks you back, and then you drop it, and then as you're running like back to
You need
her,
to stay,
don't-
you need to stay out so you can drop it.
No.
They need
No.
to at least be spread out so you people can run between them to break their chain that's connected to the circle.
Well, there's a thing that you guys didn't notice.
Or we could drop them
if
in
you-
the center.
If you run near somebody with your own tether, when they have a tether, you tether to that person as
Yeah.
well. So
Well, it
I-
looked like
I don't-
it looked like that some people started out with more than one tether to the
Yeah.
lines.
well, that's what I'm saying. If everyone was in their clock
It's
positionals,
proximity.
wouldn't it push
You have to-
everyone
you have
back
to-
enough
I think
to
you
not
have
tether twice?
You have to bait it, and then you go to break it. You don't.
Well, I guess we'll
you don't,
we'll-
you don't,
we'll-
you don't share it to somebody else. You just have to be separated from everybody else. So everyone should have only one tether.
Well, wasn't there a knockback right before those showed up?
That's what I'm saying. The knockback would,
knockback.
Yeah.
if you're in clockwork positions,
Yes.
everyone would knock back in different directions.
well, we could drop them out for now.
Yeah,
Because
drop
I'm just concerned when we run
And
in.
then when she
Yeah,
does
we'll
the
see.
2 tethers to the sides, we'll just need to be north and south. And then when she does the 2 yellow dudes to the one side, just be on her sides. And then I think there's a big AoE that was happening after that.
So for the tank buster, for Devouring Darkness, when she starts casting it, you should provoke, and you'll
Yeah, I'm
come
gonna-
up, and then you're gonna stand off to the side, like at a diagonal, and I will stand at the other diagonal, because I get hit by a magic foam down, and then you get hit by the laser.
Oh, do
that
you
way.
also get hit by a laser like Leviathan's thing?
No. So she has a 2 hit. It's a 2 hit. she hits you with like a blob that gives you magic
yeah.
one, and then she
Okay.
fires a laser into your face.
That's why you provoke in the middle of the cast. So
Yes.
That way she
Okay.
hits you with the second hit.
But we'll have you aim it off diagonally, and I will take the Vone to the side. That way you don't hit anybody.
Okay.
Because if I run to your spot, I might risk hitting people.
And that way you don't kill Kai's again.
Yeah.
I never killed Caius. I don't want to hear shit from you, Lilin.
I didn't kill Caius.
I don't want to hear shit. I didn't kill Caius either. I'm not taking that one yet. No hash browns.
Yeah, we're not partners yet. Waiting for the fight. We're partners.
I'm sorry I'm such a trick on you.
She's a fire laser purposely into you now.
God, I thought I stopped hearing shit about me once a zombie was gone. Nope.
I am gonna miss the FBI.
God.
Ha! There's no FBI around anymore.
So
Yeah,
far,
there's
we
no
don't have
FBI.
need for it.
I can do whatever I want.
But there will be an entire fight of me
AoE.
sing Hibachi though. So
That's okay.
Thank
you gotta
God.
get ready for that one.
God, I hope if Jang does like a static picture,
Stack with
she just replaces her face.
partners.
Oh, partners.
Buddies.
Then get 2 clock positions. I'll reprise this.
Protean.
Help damage.
So, Alec, what would it take to convince you to stack on my ley line?
I was gonna ask you if you wanted me to, because I
That'd
was
be
just
pretty
kind of
cool.
like, huh? I feel like he'd want me to.
It'd be
Thank
awfully
you.
nice.
Yeah,
Provoke.
I'm provoking.
Alec, Shurg, Heis Hera.
Save the freak out of the center on this.
Yeah, see, this is an AoE, I knew it.
Ow!
Whoa.
Because you might want to mitigate that.
God, I have mitigation on. Fuck, I'm an idiot. Sorry. I pressed the
AoE.
wrong button.
You're fine. Get ready for stand around clock positions. And we're gonna get knocked
Oh
back,
God, where's the
right?
south? Okay, there we go.
Yeah, yep.
Just stand around her like
Knockback.
this.
Knockback.
Place Bramble.
It shouldn't be too far back. Yeah, and then
Perfectly to the edge.
Bait.
wait for the bait, then run
Away
in.
from tethered walls.
Not too far in though, right?
Oh
I don't-
crap!
Oh.
You have to bait it still.
Oh
Yeah,
shit.
It didn't tether yet.
And-
Oh boy.
Oh.
Yeah, see the multi-tethers? It's kind of weird. See, I
It's
mean,
not
Chin.
too hard to break, luckily. I don't think
Why
it's
was your mission,
Oh
Jin?
jeez!
Oh shit!
Out then healer stacks.
I
then
forgot
sub.
about the big.
Okay,
Yeah.
there's giant trees on the sides where the AoEs are gonna go off.
Did
Yeah.
you guys see if they were making any sort of animation
That's
that was
different.
warning?
Oh, that's
I-
different. Ow.
Yeah, yes. At the beginning of the mechanic, she tethers to sides.
You'll see 2 small,
Oh,
very thin
okay.
yellow tethers.
I didn't see that, but I'll
Oh,
pay
not
attention.
it's purple. I think it was purple. I think it was purple.
Yeah, it's a small
With the
purple
big
line.
explosions.
And she does it
Oh,
right away.
for the giant AoEs.
Yeah.
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 Oh, okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we need to stay close to our
Blob.
our blob until it goes off, and then go. We can't start
Yeah.
close to each other, or else that's why we
Yeah.
get the chains or the thorns.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. All right, let's try again.
That explosion nearly killed me.
It almost killed. Oh, I died to the auto. Cause, well, sadness.
Oops.
So
My
did
notes.
that last thing that went off was a tank buster, or was that a stack, or what? Did you see that at the end of your hands?
I think it happened twice. So I was actually.
Yeah, so that's why I'm thinking like it might be the double tank buster or something.
I don't know if she'll have a tank buster right after having like an actual tank buster.
I know,
Um,
it feels a little iffy.
Was that laser heavy enough? I should just go ahead and hollowed it.
AoE.
Up to you.
Uh,
What did you use? Did you use Sentinel for it?
well, I think I could use Sentinel and Sheltron and be fine.
Stack with partner.
Partners.
Yeah, Alec.
Bye.
Spread.
Protean.
Okay, you ready for the tank buster?
Step in a little bit. Star.
Tank busters. Provoke. Shurg. Alec Heis Hera.
Oh shit! Don't be too close to Chin.
Please don't come that close.
All right, that's
Better.
that's spicy, but I can do it. Yeah.
So I'll take your spots out.
Okay.
AoE.
And just be around like your hitbox ring. I think is
Yeah.
good enough.
I feel like Chin can stay
Knockback.
close to this.
Place Bramble.
For uptime.
Yeah.
Maybe. So wait for
I really thought about arm's length in it.
Away from
Actually, I'm gonna
Kenner's
try.
walls.
You can actually max melee range it. I
Okay,
think.
she's doing east-west.
Nope, I still
Oh,
got tethered
yep.
to somebody.
I got tethered
did
to
too.
Chen, who's like halfway across the arena, so we need
Yeah.
to figure out a better way to do that.
Ow!
Oh my god, Kaius, why is this one so long?
Yeah, I got
then healer
attached
stack
to
bedside.
like Shang across the entire map.
Actually, I
There
think I know how.
obviously is a
No,
pattern.
no,
There's
I know how to
probably
do
a
it.
pattern. But,
No, it's you know how like if it changes, like the distance you run to break it is based on when the distance
It's
that
far,
you
how
spawn
far
on?
apart.
We need to
you are
gather
and
up in the
start of
middle, and then we need to like run away from each other and. Well,
So do we need to just
are we
plant
sure it's
those
not
in the middle?
DPS and tanks and healers need to go to opposite sides for the next
yeah. Do we have to
turn?
split? Do we have to split the two groups and drop?
Yeah,
the-
it's-
I was really far away from both tanks.
Did anybody DPS tether there?
I don't know.
I was
I-
tethered
I
to
was
Chen.
tethered to Lilin.
You know what?
So,
This is
okay,
why I'm
so I
recording.
was-
Let me check.
I was tethered to Chen, like, who's halfway across the arena from me.
Yeah, so it might be like a random DPS
Well,
plus
I'll
a
see if
random.
I can
Okay, so
healer.
Let's-
we dropped the puddle, we dropped the brambles,
Jackie.
we move back to the middle so we don't get chained to them, and then we run away from our partner.
I think
Oh.
So just run into your clockwise position.
I'm willing to bet that I could check my my recording too.
Okay, so I was chained to Liz. It looks like
Okay, so,
so.
you
It
change
is
to a DPS.
because I had two, and then
Okay, so healers and tanks go one side, DPS go to the other side, like Titania.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it looks like let's see.
I think we need.
Hyla was chained to Shang.
No, so you
Okay,
guys,
so we drop our
Letters.
puddle thing, come back to the middle, tanks, healers run north, DPS run south.
It could be
Or east-west, depending on where the
Yeah,
big
how we
AoE is
throw.
coming from.
well,
Anyone want to throw up waymarks?
wouldn't it be easier?
Cardinals.
Yeah, put up cardinals.
But wouldn't it be easier to have all tanks and healers up north and then all DPS south?
Yeah, so it'd be like tanks north and east and DPS south and west.
Do
Oh,
you
wait.
need clock spots?
Yeah. Well, no, not even clock spots because, like,
Well, no,
we just there's
Okay, so if she does her, so like last round, she did the big giant AoEs on the sides, on left and right side. So that's why
Oh,
you want
right.
to go. So for that one, the safe spots would have been north and south, because they're big circle, they're big semicircle AoEs.
well, I'm just concerned if someone up north gets like, well,
If a DPS is
Yes,
tethered
let's
to
try
a
it.
tank
Yeah,
or a healer, then
Well-
DPS go. Just-
Doing the controller so someone else gets
We'll just need to designate which direction the healers and tanks are going, and then the DPS will go opposite of them.
okay, so we'll do.
It'll be it's literally the Titania mechanic, just with a couple extra shenanigans.
Yeah, so it'd be like DPS are C and D, tanks are A and B,
Okay, we'll do that.
I'm good with that.
depending on
Okay,
what.
so you're going opposite of where you.
Yeah. So let's
Okay.
say it's safe zones D and B, so DPS would go D, tanks and healers go B.
Okay.
Well, what happens? What happens if the safe spot is A and C, and Alex gets a tether on A? She can't break her tether to the block.
We
if
have
she
to go back
stands
to the
on it.
middle.
Well, you run center.
We
you
run
drop our
center.
brambles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we run
You
back
drop
to the
your
middle.
puddle, run center, and then run
Yeah, because what we
out.
Yep. Because standing close to the brambles, that's what causes us to have the second tether, which we shouldn't have. And
Okay.
I didn't
Okay,
realize
so-
that we were just getting tethered to each other. So that's why I was like, well, maybe if we just be away from other people, maybe that'll work. But no, it
Oh.
doesn't.
Should we drop those circle things in the corners so that way we've got plenty of safe spot to run north, south, east,
We
west?
just have to place them at the edge. So when we get knocked back, because they get planted as soon as we get knocked back.
No, it's a little bit
Moment after
after.
Yeah.
Well,
it's
yeah,
like-
yeah.
That's why I was
We
saying
get
there's
knocked
enough
back.
time to move, so should we aim them, like, not directly east, west, north, south? Like, just scooch over a bit.
You could stack two in a corner pretty much.
We could put 4 just practically in a corner, right?
Let's just try it.
I guess it's
Not
not
back.
corner, but yeah.
It's just
Yeah,
not
you've got
back. You
about-
don't-
3 to 4 seconds before it drops after the knockback.
So we could do
It was
like
right as
one
right after the
here,
knock- It's right after the
another
screen flashes.
here, another here.
I can clip it if you guys want to look at it too.
Now we're good. I mean, like if we get tethered by running into it, we'll find out.
Okay.
So they're
Let's
not
just give it a try where we drop it at the edge and then move center and then run
The-
north, south, east, west.
The orange tethers, they die off about halfway across the arena. So like if you run into her, they will break. But I guess the silver one is longer.
The silver one is
Orange
based on.
is tethered to the plant that you drop.
Yeah.
So that breaks about like halfway across the arena. A little less, I think.
Game on.
Just to save us time, you do tether to seeds regardless of where you are.
And see, that's what I thought. That's because
Yeah,
like,
you do.
Yeah. So if the safe spots are A and C, tanks and healers are going to A no matter what. DPS are going to C no matter what. There's no. Don't overthink it.
We need to
Okay,
do it
yeah,
with
yeah.
partners
I'm just
on
trying to
cards
understand
on
what's
inner
going on.
cards.
Okay.
So we need to do partners on inner cards and get pushed back so that the safe spots are on the sides.
Yeah.
So like
So-
me and Hydra would be north, or whoever the main tank will be with me at northwest. For the
so-
pushback.
Okay.
what?
What row?
So,
It's
so,
another.
so tanks and healers rotate
Counter.
counterclockwise. Okay,
Yep.
Cool. It's cool.
Okay.
AoE. Protean.
Next is partners.
Stack with partner.
Now with Rashi. Misclick.
Tank Busters. Provoke.
Swap.
Alec. Shurg. Heis Hera.
Oh, look at that shield. Look at that no damage.
That's
Well, I
not
wanted
even
to waste my
Buster.
mitigation then.
So we get with your partners on inner cards.
AoE.
I don't think you have to stack.
I
Stand
don't
next
think
to
it's a
each
good
other.
idea.
Yeah, Heist the Strut Bar is kind of slightly offset. We don't want to
Knock
hit
that.
each other, right?
Is it an AoE?
Place
Yeah,
Bramble.
yes.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Away from
Back in the
tethered
middle?
walls.
We need to go north, south.
Which way are
Oh,
your tanks and healers
Go
going, by
ahead
the
and
way?
go. Go ahead and go.
A.
Oh fuck. Where
I
am
can't break my thing.
I got you.
Nice rescue!
Out
Oh,
then healer
that's nice.
stacks then
I got
sides.
tethered to
Alec.
one that was right next to
Anti-air.
me.
Anti-air
Maybe.
phaser. No,
Sides.
no, I don't think sides sound
Front?
right for that.
Oh.
Oh, that's
Ah!
an
Oh no, I got punished anyway. Yeah,
What?
anti-air phaser is that
that
one. That
one-
one hurts.
That one hurt.
Okay, so out and then in for
I think
anti-air.
you still have to bait.
No,
the-
that one targets people.
That definitely targets people.
Should we?
Do we
Does
want
it show
to-
us? Hold on. Question. Does it show us which sides are going to have the big circle AOE's before we get knocked back, or is that after?
After you get knocked back, she has 2 purple tethers coming out of her, so it's kind of.
It's like
Is
before
the tethers
plants
up
spawn.
before the plants spawn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we can tell where it's at, we could drop those plants in where that AoE is. So if it's on D and B, we can drop them on the this edge.
Can I?
Because I ended up getting tethered to one that got dropped here, and I couldn't go far enough to break it here.
So
you get
here's an
tethered
idea.
to
Yeah?
your seed.
What if we have all?
Regardless.
Yeah. What if we have all 4 DPS drop it on the same side? So if DPS are always going to like A, then we need to drop all of our puddles on C. Or south side.
Or
We want to make sure that where you drop your puddle is opposite from where you will be roughly running. So like if we put all 4 DPS into this corner, this whole area between B and C. Then whether DPS have to run to D or A doesn't matter because it'll be far enough away.
So you get tethered to the puddle you drop, no matter what.
I think.
And
How long do we have when the tether when the thorns show up? Do we take damage from them? 'Cause
A
I'm
little
thinking
while,
we-
but
I'm thinking we plant them on D and B or whatever the not safe sides are. Like on that entire side, we stay close to our thing so we can bait which one we're chained to. We break those, go to the middle, and then break our with our partners by going to the A and C. Does that make sense? Like
Yeah,
we
that
break,
makes sense.
so we break our brambles first, and then we break our partners.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I don't know if that's going to work because of the timing, and if we're going to take damage from the.
We could try it.
dot.
we can absolutely give it a shot.
I'm just gonna
say that. Say that one more time. What was the order?
Okay, so we get knocked back. We plant our brambles, right? And then we make sure we're out of the brambles, obviously, so we don't get eaten by them. We stay close to the bramble that we dropped. That'll cause us to be tethered to it, because I think we bait which one we're tethered to. And then
You actually get tethered to it regardless. The one that drops on you. That's
so
the one you
we
get
drop
tethered
them
to.
on sides D and B. Let's assume that the safe sides are always going to be A and C for her tether. I'm just going to, for explanation purposes. So we get knocked back D and B, plant our brambles. We stay close to them so we can get chained to the one that we're close to. We break those first by going into the middle. We'll be chained to both those and our partners. Then we break our partners by going to A and C.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Try it.
It seems complicated, but maybe it'll work.
It sounds complicated when I explain it, but like the motion for it, basically we stay until we get chained, move to middle, then move to A and C.
Yeah, so go up or down. Who is going where for A and C? Second part.
Tanks
Tanks go to
A and B.
DPS go to C.
And D.
That's assuming that the safe sides are always going to be A and C for when I explain it.
Yeah, but like in the actual fight, it's A, B, C, D.
Okay, A, B, C, D.
DPS, TD.
Yeah, DPS is D and C.
Okay.
I
Tanks
hope
are
our
A.
DPS does DC.
that'd be bad. And then we need to figure out how to handle that when she yoinks herself over to one of the trees. Because there were two big AoEs that went off before she did the cone.
They look like they hit like a third of the view.
From the last one, it only looked like the very corners were saved. But I think it was also a different attack name, so...
AoE.
I think the shielding is very much overkill.
I mean, I just use Shake It Off because it's there.
I know.
Stack with partner.
Partner.
Actually, I should save it for this. Yeah, I'll save it for this.
Prothean.
I'll reprise
Provoke.
this.
Alec.
Wrong one.
I did the wrong thing.
Step in a little.
Coming up.
Tank Busters. Shurg. Ice Hera. AoE.
Is it already watched for 2 tethers that can come out of there? Those are the danger spots.
Knockback. Place Bramble. Away from tethered
God, they
walls.
dropped early.
No,
Shit.
north
Yeah, they
and
dropped
south.
early.
Wait to get tethered to your thing first,
Oh, yeah, that's
and then
right.
move in. And then to your spawn side. Which is...
Wow, I went the wrong opposite of the correct
Side
one.
and pillar stacks then out.
Okay, wide angle is not the same thing as anti-air.
Wide angle, get behind him! Get behind! Get in the safe spots!
Wait.
Safe spots! Go, Alec!
Step over, step over, step over, step over!
Okay. So
Wait,
that
what the
doesn't
fuck?
work. So okay, so that doesn't work because we don't know the safe spots before the knockback.
Yeah.
So I mean, it still just works. Just drop your puddle where you need
You actually
to.
have. I think you have time to break your
Okay,
tether and then
so
run to your
yeah,
spot.
you do have time to break.
Yeah,
it.
you
Yeah,
do.
you do.
Okay.
So, clocks,
Yep.
to get knocked back, drop your brambles, wait, move in the middle to break your first tether,
Yeah,
and then
run to your spot.
run to your safe spot.
Okay.
Yep.
For people on Cardinal, shift over a little bit so your bramble AoE thing is not in the direct north, south, east, west, so that we've got enough safe spot.
And
Yeah, tanks and healers drop slightly off.
when for people who notice where the safe spots are, the callouts should be for the safe spots and not the big.
I was just gonna ask, are we calling safe spots? or
Let's
big
call
safe
safe
spots.
spots.
Let's
Let's
call
call
safe
safe
spots.
spots.
Okay.
letters. So
Also,
just call
for
letters.
the north-south people dropping their brambles, they can drop it direct north and south. They just have to be on the edge, and we could just be right outside of the brambles.
Yeah, you
That's
can. You can
that's a
also
safe
crisscross it. You crisscross it.
You can also stay max melee for those of you who are uptime.
But there's
Oh,
there's
yeah.
enough safe spot for the two giant AoEs that it's not gonna hurt. But if you want to crisscross it, you can. But you don't.
Well, I
want
meant your tether crisscross it. There's a bramble.
Oh,
in
okay,
there.
gotcha.
Yeah, there's space. Okay, 10.
Love how pizza is a raid food. It's
It's
amazing.
it's just regular pizza.
It only took up almost 3 expansions. They got it in.
Ow.
Actually, she's close enough. I could do a different pull type thing. I'll try it later.
AoE. Stack with partner.
Partners.
Buddy.
Protean. Tank
All the
Buster.
room you need,
Provoke.
Aish.
Alec. Sure. Ice Hera. AoE. Knockback. Place Bramble. Away from tethered walls.
East, or ED.
Yep.
Don't get too close yet. You wanna be you wanna start out close to wherever you're tethered to, so it's yeah.
Ow.
Yeah, see,
Sides
there's
then
plenty of
healer
safe spots.
stacks
Okay,
then out.
so
Wide angle.
Get the corner. Get
whoever
the
was
corner.
north and northwest corner.
And get to crossover.
Yeah,
Wait,
those are a little lopsided. You don't need to have those over there. You can have those in the middle, or not in the middle, like middle of the arena, but like at A, B, C, and D.
We don't want them on ABCD.
You can have them there. It's fine.
We can. It's just a little bit trickier.
No, it's not.
Gotta make sure we strafe around them.
No, you don't.
Oh, well, you kind of have to
You don't-
strafe around the box, don't
And
you?
also, you have to. So whatever you're chained to, you do have to start close to them in order to break them, or else if you're too far away, they won't break no matter how far you go.
Should we
See,
stand
that's why you
next
gotta
to our
start close to
partner?
them. That's why you got to move to the middle after you've after the tether goes out.
I got hit by the person-to-person bramble before I was able to break it. I don't know if it was just that somebody didn't move quick enough. I didn't see who I was tethered to, but it did a lot of damage. So we need to make sure that we, as soon as the brambles appear on you, run mid and immediately run to the safe spot. And always make sure you're going to the correct spot for you, DPS and tanks healers. I don't know if it was just a little bit of confusion that happened there or what, but that was a lot of damage.
Yeah. So
Plus a damage down, I think.
yeah, it does have that. Yeah. So make sure that you are staying close to your bramble first, and then after that,
Hot sprint after your bramble attaches to you. Then go to the middle and go where you go.
Okay. Okay, counting.
hey, I got a really stupid idea. But let's try this first. Whatever we're getting ready to do.
I mean, we should try the same thing a few times, make sure everyone's just doing it right, see what's working. Oh, I should have done a different full type.
High Hera.
I also have my tank stance on. Nailing it.
No, she's too far away. I can't face pull her.
AoE.
Look at that crit shield.
Protean.
Spots.
Stack with partner.
Step in a bit for star.
Tank
Tank
Busters.
swap.
Provoke. Alec. Shurg. High Hera. AoE. Knockback. Place Bramble. Away from tethered walls.
North or AC. I went in way too early.
Oh, my tether's not.
My tether broke and I still got hit.
Sidestep
Yeah, I
your
got hit by
attacks, then
somebody,
out.
the person next to me. I think they explode on people.
There's something weird
around
about
you.
this. There's something weird about this laser.
Yeah.
Why did I get hit even though I'm out of it?
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Well, first
the
of all, we
middle's
don't have
clear
enough
for
people
the
to
second
deal
one.
with those lasers, so I don't know how that's handled. Okay, so I was thinking something really silly. We do partner corners. Stay close to those.
And see if
then
you
the
tether to your
middle-
partner.
That way, then that, yeah. Well, I mean, because it's not gonna matter who
Yeah.
your partner is as far as the tether, because you can be tethered to someone halfway across the arena. But if you do corners, you have more of an opportunity to break from the
Oh, yeah, that's true. So,
to break from that chain. And
There's
then,
just one-
and then the Cardinals are completely safe.
The problem is that either we're not moving fast enough to break the.
well, I think the issue is the silver chain acts like any other chain in the game, and the distance that you need to break it is dependent on when the distance that it spawns in. So I think if someone is spawned across the map, there's not enough. You can't run across. You can't run off the arena basically. To
Yeah,
break it.
we haven't been able to break them even though we're in our right spots because
Yeah, so we have to start these. What I think
Okay.
is we all should pop knockback resists and drop all the blobs near the middle. Therefore, we're tethered to people near the middle and our thing, and then run out towards the safe spots.
Should we?
it's a cute idea. I like it. I'm willing to try it once.
Do those?
You
Yeah, they. Do they
hit
do
each other.
damage when they hit?
Yes, they do. See, you
Okay.
can't throw it. You can't throw it on top of people. You have to
So
throw
be
it
on the hitbox. You can be like hitbox distance.
yeah. Because her knockback has a cast time on it, so I think we're supposed to use a knockback resist to keep them near the middle. Let's try that.
Max melee knockback.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
because
so
the only
how-
other way I
how
can
are we
think
going-
of to deal with it. Go ahead.
How are we going to deal with with being tethered to the
Oh.
brambles?
You should be. They should be close enough to the middle that when you run out to the safe spot, they also break on their own. Because if the distance,
know.
What about the people who are on like the south cardinal or the north cardinal,
Yeah.
the east and west cardinal? That's not far enough to break it unless they also run
you
diagonal.
could,
15 feet, yeah.
you could run diagonally, like you guys were saying before. The
I
safe
don't
spot.
know.
Don't. I don't.
It doesn't seem
So-
right.
The
Let's not do
way
it.
the way that I was gonna say is we do kind of like Titania, where we pick like northwest and southeast always. Drop your puddles in those 4 corners.
Yep.
DPS go southeast. Tanks healers go northwest. Always.
So all
And
of
then
it
yeah.
Yep.
in the corner?
And
Okay,
then
all 4.
we all run middle, and then that should be enough to break those tethers, and then we run cardinals, but that way we're not. I don't know how else to explain that.
So something
Alright.
I am seeing.
Can I try?
Something that
Yeah.
I'm seeing is that a lot of you are moving really early to break chains that don't show up yet. Like you have to stay at your bramble until the chain shows up, and then start moving
What's
to
this?
the middle. Everyone needs to go to the middle. You can't just like skirt the boss or anything. You have to go into the middle, and then you have to move to the safe spots. If that makes sense. And then that way you break the bramble tether first, and then you can break your partners. Because I broke the one from mine. There were 2 people who didn't break theirs.
I think it's just because they were too far away at the start.
It was too. Mine
I
was a
would say
silver chain.
we should drop our DPS 1, 2, 3, 4, tanks, healers, ABCD. Drop your puddles there. We can give ourselves numbers and letters in a second.
Wait.
Then, as you get knocked back, drop your puddles here. Walk forward to the boss's hitbox. Brambles spawn. Run to the safe spots. Everything breaks.
Yeah.
Sound good?
What?
Okay, so
Wait.
knock back. You get knocked back to 1, 2, 3, 4, or ABCD.
Whoa, what the fuck?
So tanks and healers will be A, B, C, D, and then DPS
Yep.
will be 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what we get knocked back to, and where we place our the bramble puddles.
So drop the puddle on the marker. Then, as soon as you're done dropping it, walk back up to like this square, the boss's hitbox, whatever. Brambles will spawn. Run to safe spot. Everything works.
I think we should move these.
Yeah, if we're doing this, DPS would need to be north
Yeah.
and west, so I can
Yeah.
change that.
I just watched a clear video if you want an idea of how they did it. Because I feel like we're overcomplicating it.
Yeah, I feel like it's an uptime strat that
Um,
we do at all.
Do you want me to describe what I saw on the
before we get
video?
into the video,
Can you use markers and make it like
for a tiny
Yes.
longer
seconds?
member
Great,
that
please
you are
do.
attached
Oh
to.
god, I'm really bad at
I'm gonna
markers.
rewind real
Hold
quick
up.
because there is a second
Controllers
mechanic
weren't
going
made for
from the
this.
person that you
No,
are
they
tethered to.
Ah, you're
This
not.
bit,
Can you-
and I'm gonna be doing this
Can
mechanic
I not
in
use
2
my-
parts because there's gonna be 2 things happening at the
Oh my
same
god, I can't
time.
use my mouth.
First of all, what you want to do is you want to stack
Okay.
up on the boss's
So they had
hitbox. This will make it
markers.
so that you can stay close to your plant because
Where's
you're
the
going to be
fucking
tethered
ring?
to the closest
At
plant
all the
to you.
cardinals.
And you're also going to be tethered to
And
a
then
random party member.
2
We didn't
people were
find out if
partnered
it
up,
was
and
fixed
they
or
would drop
anything like that. I do
a
believe
flower
these
here,
tank healers
and a flower
tethered
here,
to a DPS, but
all
still,
around her.
just run away from the person.
Oh fuck. Fuck off. And then, so you'd have here, one
Revoke.
here,
Ice
one
Hera.
here, and then one here. And it looks like they go directly
AoE.
across from where they drop off the thing to the safe spot, like wherever it would be.
So
So if it's north, you would go over here, like
Stack with
under her,
partners.
and if it was like to the east or west, you would go over
oh, so
here.
that way it's always going to be far enough.
Yeah, so the flowers are near the center, but and then when you have to block or dodge her lasers, there's nothing in the corners, so it makes it a lot easier to dodge. They're like right outside her melee range, or her hitbox.
Okay, let's try that then.
I can also go ahead and say that. So let's say she.
And it looks like
shows
they
up-
break really fast.
Let's say she gets over here for the wide angle laser. You can be like over here and you'll be safe, or the opposite side. Like you don't need to be like all the way over in the corner or anything like that for safety. You can be like, I think here or here equivalent.
Alright.
To be safe from her wide angle.
Let's not talk about too many mechanics. We're still trying to figure out placement for our flowers.
Yeah, I still don't
So-
understand where the flowers are going.
On
So
this
they
inner
had-
box.
Okay, so
I believe they had a DPS with a tank or a DPS with a healer in their partner spots next to
Yeah.
each other.
Yeah, so
And
the,
then you just go straight through, like underneath her to break it. And it looks like it breaks by the time you get like directly underneath her. And then
okay.
okay, sorry. So
Okay,
it everyone goes underneath her, and then the tether's attached to them, and then they would go to the safe spots, and it would break.
Okay, so my question is, where do we start once we place the brambles? Like, where do we start at?
Underneath her.
Okay, so we start out underneath her and then we move out, or
Yes.
Let me see. I think they negated the knockback.
Yeah, you would have
That-
to.
that's
You would
the
have
only-
to.
Yeah,
that'd be
so
the only
everyone
way to
negates
place
the
them.
knockback,
Yeah.
and then you place them, and you go underneath her. Like, basically everyone's under her hitbox, and then they group up at south, I think, and north. Yeah, so it looks like the bottom 4 people group at right here, and the top north people group up where she is now. The tether's attached there, and then you go to the safe spot.
I wonder if we'll see. Yeah. Let's try it.
So yeah, so everyone on 1, 2, 3, and G will go here, and then wait for your tether to appear, and then you wherever the safe spot is, you run towards it.
Oh wait, so is it 2 separate groups underneath her then?
Yeah, and then
think
all the A, B, C, and D will be where she is right now.
Tanks, healers, and DPS still have to go opposite.
So I know. I think in this set place, if north and south are safe, 1, 2, 3, 4 are running north, while A, B, C, D run south.
Yeah.
Yes.
If
You-
safe spots are east and west, then 1, 2, C, D is running across, and A, B, 3, 4 is running
Yes.
east. You're running to the opposite, the farthest direction you can run.
As far as I can understand from watching this video, yes.
Yeah, I have a feeling the tethers make the partner tethers probably connect to people farther away from you, so that might be why.
That's what I'm thinking, and it looks like, as far as I can see, it's a tank or a healer with a DPS.
Yeah. Let's try it.
Okay.
Alright, let's try it.
Just making sure everyone gets what was mentioned. Yeah.
Yes.
And we're still calling the safe spot for the...
Yes. Call
Okay.
safe spots.
Yeah.
Pull up better to mid. Oh.
AoE.
Oh, I keep forgetting to talk about mitigation.
I keep reprisaling that.
Stack with partner.
Buddy.
Protean. Tank Busters.
Swap.
Oh,
Provoke. Sherlock. Ice Hera. AoE.
This one's just damage.
yeah. And then
Yep. Then the next one is the knockback.
knockback.
Remember, we got to negate it.
Yes.
Knockback.
Just wait for it and go ahead. Knockback.
Place Bramble.
And on your marker, so it waits onto the marker.
Away from tethered walls.
Okay. East west.
See here,
west.
right?
Yep.
And then you go.
Wait. Yep. That works. That works.
I might have gone the wrong direction.
Yeah. It works.
Then healer
Yeah.
stacks then sides.
And then
Stand
and-
there.
D1, DN1,
I don't
DN1, DN1.
Wait, it goes on her? And then
Yeah, that hit me that time.
I don't understand how you know which one she's gonna do.
It's
Says
the-
anti-air or phase
Right,
wide
right.
thing.
Okay,
Yeah.
right.
Wide phaser.
Yeah.
let's try the
So
the
that seemed to
DPS.
work.
It
worked.
worked,
Let's keep it up.
but let's give
So
it another try.
what's the air raid phaser thing?
Chin,
Um,
what happened to you? Why'd you die?
I ran
Two
off
stacks.
the edge.
Oh, okay.
I kept
think-
running while looking backwards and was like, oh shit, there's no land.
Yeah, so I saw you guys were running straight to mid. You don't want to run straight to mid, you want to run let me use steel markers for now. If you were
Here-ish
Yeah.
you run through.
no, so if you were at one
Oh.
2, 3, and 4, and the safe spots for north and south, you want to stack up right there on the A. Because after that, you get tethered, and then you run north. And that breaks all your chains.
I believe anti-air hits around her first, and then you need to be in a stack to survive the second one. Of 3 or 4 people, it looks like.
Yeah, and I think it
In the corners.
Does it target more than one person? So we'd have to spread.
Let me see. I think it only targets one person. It's hard to see because the animation's so big.
Alright.
And then if you were if you were on say A, B's 3 and 4, and then the safe spots or east and west, you would stack up like right there.
Okay. So someone has to be on top of calling it.
Now that I'm looking at it, it might actually be.
Is it a healer stack?
You drop it, and then move. Because what they did is pretend you guys are her, and the yellow tethers are behind her. So they went to the far corners, let the first one go, stood here for a second, and then moved back in, like right here. So it might be something that you drop at a location. Because they definitely moved from the corner to like right here.
Huh. Like let's just try the seeds first.
Yeah, let's get the plants down. It sounds like that might be a snapshot thing, though.
Yeah,
after,
like
the first one goes off.
thunderstorm. Yeah.
Oh, I need to repair my gear after this.
Okay. Oh, I'll talk about mitigation again.
AoE.
Actually, use Divine Bell right now.
Okay. Instead of reprisal.
Stack with partner.
No. You want to?
Buddies.
We'll talk about it later.
Okay.
Clock spot.
Protean.
Step in.
Eddie.
Tank Busters.
Tank spot.
Provoke. Alec. Jerk. Ice Hera. AoE.
How about this? Make your way to your marker.
Knockback.
Pop knockback.
Place Bramble. Away from tethered walls.
North and south. We'll stay over here, Ayla. You. There.
Oh, mine is okay.
Oh, because
Healer stacks then sides.
Mine keeps attaching to
there?
someone. So go to the far corners, and then move in to her hitbox.
After it explodes, go in.
Yeah, now in. Okay,
Oh,
that's don't know about that one.
That is a stack or something.
Maybe it is a
that,
stack.
That hit me. That was scared. That was like zapped me right in the face.
Well, we can worry about that one later. We'll do the seeds
okay,
first.
so the problem that we had there was, I think it was because of the way we've got our placement for. We need to have all tanks and healers at A, B, C, D, and then all DPS at 1, 2, 3, 4 or something maybe.
Were you guys not able to break your feathers?
Or
Mine
we need
is
to
the only one
stagger.
that seems to continue.
Because you and Caius were tethered together.
We were tethered together.
Oh,
But
okay.
Caius is up. What letter are you? A, B?
I was A.
A.
I need to
And
be
because
four.
the safe spots were north-south, so you were targeted with the person who was also running south. So we need to figure out our clock positions that will work so that way we don't end up with a DPS also going the same way that the healers or tanks are going.
That's not gonna work.
So
though.
how about this? Tanks and the tanks are at B and C. Healers are at A and D. DPS are at 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then we position ourselves to either east or west based on whatever the safe side is.
East, west, or north, south. But see, that's where it doesn't sort of work. Kais, are you sure you were tethered to somebody who's also ABCD? Did you guys go to like the right spot when the tethers showed up?
Yeah.
Yeah, like we're on the same side.
Okay.
I think what we need to do is make sure we always have tanks and healers going north and east. So if, say, you get tethered to somebody who is places your thingy in the same like A, B, C, or D. So there's tanks and healers, or I mean DPS and tanks healers up there. I don't know how to explain this better. Sorry. What you do is if you're a tank, you come and you stack between 1, 2, 3, 4, and then run north.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
I don't know.
I don't know why.
Like-
Why can't we do all DPS on one side and tank skills on the other?
That's what
Because we
figure
can't
out why
really go
that
to the
doesn't work.
middle side. If it's east-west, then 1, 2, C, and D should go to east, and that won't work because now you have a half DPS, half tank healer group.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah.
we
Also-
just need to be clockwise
Also, you
instead
need to be
of
going
ever
away from the
splitting
person
like
that you're tethered to. You can't, if you're going like parallel or anything like that with them, you're not going to break the tether. You have to be going like straight front and back.
Well, why don't we just say DPS get north or north and west and tanks and, or whatever.
I did see
and
that
tanks and
one
healers
person
get
has to go to a corner to
south.
break the tether.
Yeah, I just don't think that'll work because if we're dropping our puddles, if I am a DPS and I'm dropping mine on 1, where do I go after that?
Okay,
Let's say the
so-
safe zone is east-west. I drop it on 1. Where do I go?
You need to
You
go
stand
east.
on east and then go across.
Okay,
or you
then
stand
who
on
else is
south
there
and
with
go
me on
across.
east?
That's the DPS. That's what I'm saying. Everyone.
So
stack
the
on one
DPS
side.
who is on
So
4 or
DPS
3 has to run all the way over there to east side with me?
Yeah.
Well, it's
Okay.
because everyone's under the center right before.
But
The
then
tether's
we're
back.
not going to have enough distance to run to break our tether to our puddle.
Can we just do it again, like the way we did last time?
Yeah,
Because
just do it
I'm
again,
still
'cause-
skeptical that like this way seems to make sense to me. You shouldn't get tethered to somebody close to you, or else we're misunderstanding tethers. In which case, we shouldn't be trying to do this like pop mitigation or like pop the knockback mitigation and drop it close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'd be
It
dropping
won't
the power
work
instead.
if the tethers work differently than how we're thinking.
I'm just going by this video.
Oh yeah, mitigation. Mitigation. You should reprisal the multi-laser attack. After the multi-laser attack goes off, you should use Divine Veil. So when the healers do an AoE heal, they will heal up for the next mechanic. And then Divine Veil will cover that mechanic, and I will shake it off the next mechanic after that, and then I will reprisal the transition attack.
Okay.
And I'll cover all the attacks in the beginning.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Sounds good. Count down.
So we're trying the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we should.
I'll
we
try
just-
to get a little further from you, Caius. Maybe we're just like too close.
I think that's the opposite of the issue, right?
We want to be close to each other.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure because I have never ever been tethered to Liz, and he's like right next to me.
Yeah. We've been right next to each other.
I'm always afraid of killing him, I guess, so I'll get closer.
Give him a hug. And that's that.
So far, if that's how tethers worked, he's the one killing me, so revenge.
AoE.
And we can use Divine Veil, and I'll cover this upcoming mechanic.
Stack with partner.
Then I will shake it off. Cover it.
Protean.
Cool. You get ready?
Tank Busters.
Thanks, Pop.
Provoke. Alec. Shurg. Ice Heron.
Watch out, guys. Yeah.
AoE.
Now reprise this.
To place that down a little later.
We get ready for
Knockback.
knockback. Knockback to this.
Place Bramble. Away from tethered walls.
East west.
East west. East west. Shin, you gotta get over here faster.
Oh lord.
I think there was someone dead.
Right,
So
that was,
there's
that
Outfed healers
Let's try
Jackson
it.
and
Let's try it
Sons.
one more time because there was somebody dead and it. I think it messed the tethers up.
I got tethered to a different plant.
Alec.
So out here and then in. At her hitbox, but stack.
Okay.
Okay.
It actually looks like a.
I'm willing.
Wait,
Okay,
that's deal
so
900.
And then we'll beam?
I was one of the people that got hit by that. I mean, I guess then again, there are only 2 of us alive still.
Yeah.
What do you think? Split stacks?
8
Tanks,
I'm-
one
I'm-
tank, one healer, 2 DPS each.
Oh, does she do
Yeah,
the next
that's what I'm
one?
thinking. I'm
Wait,
thinking,
no, this is
I'm
the-
thinking it's a 4-person stack for both sides.
Goodbye.
Great.
both sides.
Let's just split north south
Let's just keep doing seeds for now.
from our clocks.
Is that on? It sounds like a mechanic we need everyone up for. So.
Yeah. Let's go again.
Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Oh, 100k 3 times.
so
yeah,
whoever-
so they
whoever died,
stacked
how'd you
on her
die?
hitbox.
So who died and how'd they die?
Who did that?
Oh, that was just me and Alec being too close that time. Exact
Oh, don't,
opposite.
yeah,
Oh no,
don't drop
someone.
me.
Oh, someone
Did
died.
you-
Okay, someone died when the puddles dropped down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they drop out.
Tell you
They drop
my
out.
puddle.
It
I was
wasn't
like,
any
I
of the
didn't get
tether
tethered to a
or
person.
anything. No.
I think that's what broke it.
Game on.
Anyway.
Uh-oh.
I just chill. We have 2 people here who have funky discords.
Darn discords.
Right?
AoE.
Divine Bell.
Protean.
Spots.
Partners.
Stack with partner.
Get ready.
Tank Busters.
Let's up.
Provoke. Alert. Ice Hera. AoE.
Step in.
Knockback.
Your marker. Pop knockback.
Place Bramble. Away from tethered walls.
South.
North south.
Alien. Run through.
Nah, I'm tethered to somebody up here this time.
Are you? You guys run side to
Yeah,
side
I'm
though?
also, I mean, Alec also tethered.
Oh, dude.
Alright, so that doesn't
But
work.
the-
Yeah, that
But there's
cannot,
not-
that
Healer
can't work
stacks in
because
now.
then the DPS is following some because if
Wait,
the
wait, wait,
DPS
wait.
gets tethered to a healer.
No, but there's enough time for you guys to go left and right. You should be running diagonally then. in that
We-
case.
Yeah.
Should we? I don't know. This starts to feel like we're
Don't want to
overcomplicating
go
it.
diagonal.
I was just looking at the way Ilya's group did it. So they did the clock spots, they dropped their puddle on the edge, and then they stood around the boss's hitbox in clock spots, and then, but still close-ish, like at max melee range from the boss around the hitbox. So you're still kind of closest to your puddle, and then as soon as everybody's tethered, you run through the boss, and then to the safe spot. So you run like straight through no matter where you are. So if you're here, you're running diagonal
To A and
towards, yeah.
Yes.
So if you're at 1 and 2, you go around to A to B.
So
they have to
clock
be-
spots,
Clock
drop
spot.
your puddle on the edge, max melee of the boss, tethers appear, run straight through the boss in your clock position.
2 max melee down the other side.
It should break at that point and then go north, south, east, west for the safe spot. There's enough
Seems
time.
like a combo of the two strats.
So we want
So-
to do.
We
Do
can
we wanna
probably
move
take
the
those markers.
markers?
Yeah,
Yeah.
put north, south, east, west back up again.
Do I just put it like near her, or one foot?
Yeah, that's fine.
Is that right?
Good
That
enough.
one is super lopsided.
They're lopsided, but that's good enough for right now.
Not B,
That
B,
works.
C, and D are fine. That one is just
I
the
should,
only one that's lopsided.
There you go.
Okay.
No, the other group yells at me for using our markers too, because that markers are always lopsided. I'm like, do you guys really need the super accurate markers?
It's,
Yes.
I need to stand right on this letter.
Standing right on circles is kind of my thing.
Yeah, I've noticed.
It is.
He has a button that actually makes the teleports into circles.
Dude,
Could you imagine?
next expansion, Black Mage, button to teleport to waymarks.
Exactly. Could you
Please.
imagine?
Never have to move the or press your walk button ever.
AoE.
Markers are not for the team; it's for the black mage. You want the bound
That
there?
would be like 8 extra buttons then.
Rhodium.
spots.
Stack with partner.
Oh, Kaya's trying to leave early.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Tank
Not
busters.
Thanks, up.
Provoke. Alec.
I think I
Sure.
might be able to add all
Ice
those
Hera.
hits. If I can get my rotation just right.
So we're using knockback resist, right? And we're dropping
So
it
you
nearby.
said clock spots were dropping?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Go-
right at the edge.
On the
right?
edge.
all
Yeah,
the
jump
way
on the
to
edge.
Yeah, get
So
pushed
no
back.
knockback?
No, no.
No.
Let it fly.
Okay, so
Yeah, get knocked back.
Step in,
Yes.
step in
Yes.
for the star. Get knocked back.
Knockback.
Let's get knocked back. And run straight through.
Place bramble.
And we'll call the safe spot. after
maybe
that.
it's spray?
Drop it.
Away from tethered walls.
Edge of the boss.
Or DD.
Wait for it.
Straight
Run
through.
through first.
I am still
Oh
telling
wait, Caius,
boy.
you're not supposed to be here.
Oh god.
Out then healer stacks then side.
We'll have to do the.
We'll have to redo our clock
Besides-
positions, I think.
Side of the
Oh,
boss's
wait.
hitbox and then move.
You're right.
Oh, it's a wide.
It's big.
Ah,
Yeah,
it's a big hitbox.
It's big.
But yeah, let's not fuck around with the edge there.
So we're going back
Here.
to the DPS being in certain sections.
I think
Yep.
Need
Yep.
to-
So DPS will be DC.
DC. Okay. Got it.
Yeah, because that would have given Caius.
Sorry, we should have
Yeah.
clarified that. Yeah. So
Yeah,
DPS,
yeah.
DC, tanks, healers, AD.
AD.
Otherwise, that seemed to be okay.
Yeah, I think that was order.
Let's try it again. Yeah.
As for anti-air, the two stack groups, can we just work this out real quick?
Oh yeah, sure.
Just,
I'll be on the left side.
And
Let's do one tank,
just,
one healer, two DPS.
just like a yeah.
Alex, get
What?
deal it. You're on.
Isn't it kind of gonna vary though based on who you're tethered to?
No, this is for the anti-air attack.
Yeah. So this is after the tethers are already done resolved.
But if
Okay, so-
yeah, I get it. But if I'm tethered to someone on the west,
It's
my
not gonna
stack
matter.
is on the
The
east.
tether should already break by the time we get to the part where she yoinks herself to one of the trees.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tethers will have been long resolved.
Yeah.
So this will work fine.
Yeah. If tethers are still out, then we messed up the mechanic.
Tethers resolved no matter what before then. I think you get pulled into the things or explode if you don't do it by then. So we'll be fine.
Cool. Let's try again. This is for the anti-air. So this is like.
Yeah. Anti-air only.
Okay,
But it looks
I
like
think she does the
yeah,
same. I
cut
think
down.
she does a similar mechanic even if she does the wide angle. I think she does another laser after that.
Yeah, so even after anti-air, she goes to wide angle right after that. So we'll have to keep that in mind. First we do our stacks, and then we go to the sides, or vice versa, we go to the sides and then stack. But we have a little bit of time. Let's get down!
Let's do it.
More food. My axe is breaking.
Well, my gear is spirit bound somehow. Need to fix that.
That's bad.
Need to get
your
my
wallet.
Fury out.
Yeah.
Hyla, nice help.
AoE.
Oh. Helps if I actually click that button.
Right there.
Stack with partner.
Buddy. Block spot.
Protean.
Get ready.
Tank Busters.
Go.
Provoke. Alec. Shurg. Ice Hera. AoE.
Step in for the heal.
Knockback.
Get ready, get
Place Bramble.
you can be knocked out. Get to max melee
Away from
range.
tethered walls.
North south.
AC.
Wait for it. Wait for it. Run through. Run to your safe spot.
Perfect.
Take it to your groups.
Out then healer stacks then sides.
Ooh,
Out.
this
It's
is
anti-air. Out, 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 out.
Say
Don't.
the-
No, 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 no.
the
You guys are too close.
Yeah, we don't want to do that close, and then we stack. Which is
Is
not
it
what we
always
did.
her left or always?
Yeah,
like,
we didn't
perfect.
discuss that.
Was everybody on? Was everybody on the same side?
I think we were all on the right side.
Yes, we were.
I figured everyone. Yeah, we probably should say that. Okay, get back to your groups real quick. So, I'll be one. I'm over here. Okay, so we're always on left side, my group, and then Alex's group. You're always on the right side of her. She
Or,
changes where she goes.
I mean, we could do it like
Her
like
right
this.
side or from our
Yeah, let's do it
How
both
about this?
relative.
Two is always to the east or south. One is
Yeah,
always to
okay.
the north or west.
Don't do that. Okay. Wait.
So
Or
basically,
how- or how
whatever way
about
she's
this?
currently facing.
Yeah.
If
How
you're
about-
We don't have to
left,
know which way she's facing. One is always to the northwest, north or west. Two is always to the south or east.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
So if she's on the east side, two is south, one is north. If she's on the south side, two is east, one is west.
Okay.
You can
Which
also
side
do it
is
like
east?
this. You know, our group will always be on her left side if we're facing her, so it'll be left side of her, and your group will be on the right side of her.
I don't talk in left and right. Left
You
and right
stay.
only
You guys stay on the D side. We'll stay on the D side.
But what if she's on E then? Like, what if
Then
she's
you
on?
guys
I'll
stay
put the
on
markers back down.
the D
DNA.
side.
I'll
You stay on the B side.
West side DNA. Other side would be B and C, right?
Yeah. So AD.
And this is specifically for when we need to be in groups on either side of her, correct?
Yes, the air.
When she goes to a spot.
Well, see, that's what I was saying too, but you know, someone's got to speak north, south, east, and west. And it's like, okay, whichever side she's on, one group will be on her on the left of her, the other group will be on the right of her. Whether
You guys go.
and you'll either
to the
be
red
close
arm.
or out.
We'll go to the black arm. Or black booby.
And then
You guys have the red booby.
And then anti-air is get out or get away, and then wide angle is be close or be on the edge. All right, let's do this.
We're gonna do left and right, or
It's the same. It's the same thing. It's literally the same thing.
Yeah, to just be on the same side no
Whatever
matter what way
makes sense
she's
to
facing.
you. Do it how you want to. You're
well, but it's actually
okay. Here,
two
here.
different-
Watch this. Watch this. Watch this.
No. I'm
gonna
just
solve a
saying.
problem.
No. I'm just saying if we do left and right is different from what Liz explained, basically. Like
Yeah.
that's
I'm
what I'm
putting the
saying.
1 and 2 back down.
Yeah. So like, if we do it Liz's way, it's not left and right.
Okay, so like really quickly,
Right.
swivel your camera to whichever side you want the boss to
Yeah.
be on. Oh look, we're divided perfectly into 2 groups.
Because Liz switches if the boss is like.
I get what
on the
Heish is saying.
side.
So if the boss is this way, our group is technically on the right side when we're otherwise left if she's where she is now.
Yeah, sorry,
Yeah,
I'm doing
so
like
it's-
I'm doing a true positional sort of here. I don't like left and right. It throws me off. But if we want to do that, we can do that instead.
Yeah, that's why I said
This
we
is
could
not
take
what I want
one.
to spend 5 minutes to prog on.
No. But no, I'm just saying, which one are we doing? Basically, they're two different things. If more people are
If
comfortable
it's
left and
easier, we
right,
could always. I mean, I get where Liz's is just like you're always on this side, regardless of
What
Where?
direction she's facing? Yeah.
That's why I said it's literally the same thing. Just however you want to orient it for yourself. Alright, let's go.
Let's get seeds down again.
well,
Yeah.
it's gonna get messy, but okay, because it's not.
Yeah, which one are we doing? They are different
They're
things.
different.
They're different.
One is true and one is
Okay,
relational.
do the one that Liz said, and
different.
and we'll go from there. If we're fucking it up, we'll change it.
Cool.
Wait, which one is says true north?
Yes.
The 1 and 2 markers.
Oh, that doesn't really help. But alright. I'll just go where you guys. I'll go where Shang goes because she's tall.
we can put the 1 and 2 markers out in a second.
If Shang leads me astray, it's her fault.
Showing no pressure.
No pressure.
AoE. Stack with partner.
Partner. Spot.
Protean.
Spots.
Tank Busters. Provoke. Alec. Shurg. Heis Hera.
Almost ran into that.
AoE.
Getting in the middle
Heal.
and spot.
Knockback. Place Bramble. Away from tethered walls.
AC.
Hey, Ben.
This isn't right, but that's
Outfit
okay.
healers
It works.
next then.
Okay, so
Empty
That was-
air. This is the
Air
wrong
out,
side for
out,
Lilin,
out,
but
out,
that's
out,
okay.
out.
Yeah.
Hallowed. Alec.
Yeah, so deaths.
no, I don't think I went to the wrong spot. I think didn't we say that DPS and always go
No, I went
South
to the
and
wrong
west?
spot. Yeah. I think Alec and I went to the wrong spots, but it worked out.
tanks, healers always go north and east, and DPS is south and west for
Yes. Correct.
So we're not running directly through the boss. We need to run into our cardinal position for.
Oh,
you
you
might
have
well
to
run through the boss first,
You
and then go
have
to
to
your
run
cardinal
to the boss
position.
first, and then you have to run back.
I ran through the boss and then north.
No, so Zhang should have went north at the end.
Yeah, north
Ayla,
is where you wanted to be.
Ayla, where were you? You were on.
Hyla ran north, and so she
No.
was tethered to me.
Where did she start? I'm trying to remember.
I don't
you were
remember.
southwest. So for southwest, Ayla, you would run through the boss. You would run northwest, hit sprint, and run all the way south again after your tether breaks to your seat.
Yep.
You have enough time for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You have two tethers.
So,
you gotta
you
break
run
one by
over-
going through the boss, and then you gotta
Yep.
break the other by going south.
Yeah. So you run away from your seat first, and then you run away from the Zhang, basically. No. Yeah, you're right next to north. But yeah, go back south. Yes.
You have enough time.
You sprint south, or you sprint north and sprint south, basically. This will last that long. Because when you run north, you break your seed tether. When you run south, you break Zhang tether. Well, in that case, it was Zhang, but good idea. Make sense?
Game on.
Yeah.
You're doing two actions. So running through the boss is only for. No, it's fine. Running through the boss is only for breaking the seed tether, and then you're connected to a person. that person is always a healer or a tank. So even if you're running towards, even if north, the safe spot, is the closest to you, after you broke the seed tether, you would not continue running north. You would run back south because your seed tether is broken, so that's not going to hurt you. And by the time you reach south, the tether to the healer or tank is going to break, and that's not going to hurt you either at that point.
That's why we start at like boss's hitbox area.
Yes, so you have more time to, because the seed tether is not very long. It breaks pretty quickly after you go through her. Then you can spin around and run to the safe spot for your for DPS, which is going to be D and C. If that makes sense.
But regardless of what happens, the first thing that should break should be your bramble tether, and then your partner tether should break after.
Yes, because the bramble goes off first, and then the partner goes off way at the end.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. It's two things in the entire blueprint. Is what you're doing. We'll give Hayla a second to type if she needs to.
We have time for one or two more polls, and then we gotta reset.
Oh yeah, that's true.
We got like 10 minutes.
Hey. Okay, so let me get these way markers. Oh, you got it? Okay.
Yeah, she was saying she was running it in her head.
Oh, it was different. Sorry, my bad. Well, I was gonna diagram it out, I guess, if that makes more sense. Because I could totally diagram it out. I will count down.
AoE. Stack with partner.
Lock spot.
Protean.
Get ready.
Tank Busters. Provoke. Alec Shurg. Ice Hera. AoE.
Step into the middle a little bit for the star.
That was my bad effective. Revise that.
Knockback. Place Bramble. Away
You
from
step to
tethered
melee
walls.
range.
AC again?
Run through. Run to your safe spot.
Trying to get it. I still got a drain.
Out then healer stacks then
Alec, you
sides.
exploded on me.
What?
Didn't go fast enough.
Anti-air?
Anti-air, so stay out, and our groups.
Yeah. So you two don't want to be on each other.
I'm on the wrong side. Hello.
Oh, it kind of worked. But where should we stack though?
It does actually kind of seem like a bait.
It hit me. Did it hit? Did you get one too, Alex, on that side?
Yeah.
Is it on the tanks?
I don't know.
It's on
I didn't see.
healers.
That was on healers.
It's on healers.
It's on
everyone,
healers,
this is
okay.
Mike and welcome to my walkthrough
How
of
sure
Team
are you?
Dangle means that
I'm
she'll
looking
start
at
with
the
the white
video.
attack first. So again, look at where she's tethered, not where
That's
she's
pretty sure.
healers.
Yeah, we can do left and right if that's better for
again,
more
but this
people.
time around, it's gonna be like
This
a
will just have
line.
to adjust.
No, that's fine.
Here.
Push left and right. Which one's
So
good?
just
Yeah.
make sure that your
Who's left and
tanks-
Which one's left?
One is left.
One is left. Okay.
It's relative to her, so you're on
The
her
boss
left
is
side.
left.
Yeah, that's
boss
why I
is-
said relative, because you don't know which tree she's gonna tether to. She could go
Yeah,
to
yeah,
A,
yeah.
she could go to C, she could go to B, she could go to
Yeah,
D.
yeah,
so
that's-
it's never gonna be true north.
Yeah, that's why I meant it's not gonna work. Well, I mean, like that's why the
My
other
only
thing-
question is: it left looking at her or her left?
Her left. Shiva left.
Yeah.
Shiva left.
See,
Why
this
would
is
you
why I
choose
hate
that?
lefts and rights.
So
But it's okay.
she's on the edge looking in.
You're
So
on her
her
left.
left is our right.
Yeah, pretend I'm her. Ah, so scary.
Her left. Yep.
Fight.
You'd be here,
Yeah.
and here, and here.
Well, I mean, if that's easier for you guys, then like in your head, say you want to be on her right. Then in that case, if you are like it works
Yeah,
both ways. So if she is right here in the center, like wait, where is she? If she is looking in, like just you want to be on.
Do the way she's looking now, for example.
I mean, she's always
No,
gonna
I
be looking.
No, because we're stacking.
From the party,
No,
also have
no,
cooldown
because we're
up,
trying to get
and
like
that your healers
on her
and your
side,
DPS are
if that makes
stacked
any
left and
sense.
right again
What's
to basically
you guys go to the long leg? We'll go to the
ten
short leg.
busters, and the healers
Yeah.
got their stack markers, and then we move to the side of the boss because she's gonna
Her
do a
left
very
leg is
big
always
leap.
curled up, but the right leg is always
We're
longer.
gonna be sitting over here.
Wait, how did we do Shiva? Did we do
First thing that
Shiva's
will
true
happen
one?
is she's gonna be doing
Yeah, I
a
think
point
we did
blank
Shiva.
AoE around her. This is a
No.
pretty big AoE, so make sure
No, we
that
did
you
Shiva
are
relative. I'm
that.
pretty sure.
So
I
that
don't know
was
why
us
this is so
first.
hard.
Then after
Yeah, I don't know why
both
this is
of
so
the
hard.
tanks are
This
gonna
is
be
Shiva.
getting
This
a
is literally just Shiva.
gigantic AoE on top of their heads. It's
Yeah,
very
so
important that both of your
basically,
tanks
this
I
is
just
the
wanted
left.
to know: am I going on?
big AoE,
Like, if I'm looking at this wall, am I on this?
so make sure that you are away from that. Phaser Unlimited. This one is the worst one out of the two, especially when it comes down to tank uptime, because we're going to be sitting over here. So first thing that will happen is she's going to be doing a point blank AoE around her. This is a pretty big AoE, so make sure that you are away from that. So that resolves first. Then after this, both of the tanks are going to be getting a gigantic AoE on top of their heads. It's very important that both of your tanks stay the hell away from the rest of your party. Whilst they get their AoE, the healers will also get a mini share marker. So you also need to make sure that one healer is paired up with 2 DPS on the left side, and one healer is paired up with DPS on the right side.
Oh.
Let's simplify this.
So,
So that everyone
those
can
two
understand.
giant AoEs that go off, like the big giant laser ones, those go on the tanks.
Oh, they want the tanks.
The cone
so you
one?
guys see, no, not the cone one. So when she does anti-air, she does the point blank, then the two tanks will get a giant laser, so stay away from the tanks, and then the healers will get a stackable.
Oh, you know what? I just realized why some people are having issues with tethers. Are DPS running into the corners, or are you just taking the knockback?
Corners. I'm taking mine all the way into the corner.
I think you should just take the knockback.
I run straight across.
I
break
move
it,
mine.
and then move over.
No,
Wait,
don't go all
I-
the way to the edge if you're in the corner.
Don't go to the edge. That's your issue. That's your you guys are having issues breaking tethers in time. You want to just be knocked back, and the corners need to be freed for anti-air. I think.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
I won't take it the whole way back. So I'll stack on, or not stack, but I'll stand
so
on the
get-
boss.
Stand
at,
on her
like, max
hitbox.
melee.
Yep.
Get
Get
knocked
pushed
back.
back.
Don't move. Drop
Don't-
puddle. Move
Yep.
back in.
Yeah. That's it.
Cool. Let's go.
Yeah, that's good.
big
Assuming
gear.
everyone's nice and repaired. Yeah.
Because I was trying to get to anti-air position. I was like, why is there a puddle in my face?
Puddle.
Puddle?
Water.
So
Uh-huh.
I went to go update the gear planning spreadsheet, but somebody said earlier that I shouldn't just put all trash.
Just put all trash.
No,
That doesn't-
I mean, you can. It doesn't bother me.
Quinn was me, man.
Not like I'm in last. I don't have any new gear yet.
I'm cabin. Alright. Actually,
I
didn't
have it. crafted, I just don't have it melded yet, so I'm not wearing it.
So things go on the tanks, right? So
That's the big giant one, so everyone has to stay away from the tanks.
Wait, it's not a stack? It's a solo.
Nope. The ones that appear on the tanks have to be it's a double buster. So everyone has to stay away from the tanks. The tanks have to stay away from each other. It's like Titan.
Oh, okay.
Where he does like the big boom on the two giant like busters on the tank.
And then what happens? You said something about a healer shared stack after that?
Yeah, there's a healer shared stack after. If she does anti-air.
Yeah, so what's the positioning on that?
So anti-air, stay out of her. It's a giant point-blank AoE, then tank busters, then healer share stack. Let me look at what it looks like again.
As that will go out
So
right
then
here.
I guess the
As you
tanks
can
would
see,
be
the tanks
like-
got their tank busters, and the healers got their stack.
There's one on both the
It's
tanks
paired
and
up
then
with
one
two
on both
DPS
of the healers.
left side, and one healer is paired up with DPS on the right side, as that will go out right here. As you can see, the tanks got their tank busters, and the healers got their stack markers. And then we move to the side of the boss because she's gonna do a
Basically,
very
yeah.
big
Okay, so
cleave
she
does- oh,
through
it
the
is
arena.
both died.
So I'll just take it from the top again.
First, then she does the,
This one is definitely the worst
wide
one when it comes down to uptime, especially for your tanks, but there's probably a way to handle this with a little bit more uptime, but this is basically what we
Stay out
did.
of her.
So
Stay away
she'll
from
jump
her.
to the plant. This is anti-air again,
Tanks
remember
get
that.
blasted.
She'll jump to where she's tethering to, AoE around
then she'll do
her,
the wide angle, so then we
AoE
need
stack
to-
markers
tanks need
on
to,
the healers,
gap close
together with
after
the DPS that they're stacked with. Tanks get their big
after they get hit,
AoEs, tank busters to
move
make sure they have a
in
cooldown for that,
to her sides.
and then a big cleave through the middle of the arena. This one can also be different,
Cool.
because
That's
of
enough
course
for me.
there are two different patterns.
So in that
you
case,
will
what we could actually
and
do,
when you see this face for the
somebody,
first
I
time,
don't even remember who it was. Earlier you said that you saw in the video that we were like, they were stacking on the outside, and then they moved into the boss's hitbox after she did her AoE. That could be so that the tanks could stay behind it and do their big damage on the outside.
Let me see. It looked like a stack to me. Oh, whoops.
I see where the tanks are vibing in that vid.
Where was the tank? Yeah, so the tanks, say Shang is the boss. The tank, so everyone kind of grouped up here, and the tank was over here, and then they gap closed.
Yep. As soon as
over
those big
here.
giant AoEs go off on the tanks, then they gap close.
Yeah.
Got it.
So you can snapshot it.
That sound good to you too, Heish?
Explain it one more time, sorry.
We're talking about the
if
stack. We have,
this is
I haven't
anti-air.
listened to the
The
anti-air.
anti-air? Uh-huh.
If Shang
here.
is the boss,
Yes.
say you're on this side.
Yep.
All the DPS are going to be right here, and you're going to go over here,
Okay,
and
I'll
then
be
it's
away from
gonna
them.
it's gonna hit you, and then you can gap close
Into the boss. Okay,
into her. Yeah.
so I need to make sure I have a gap close ready.
Yes.
I should
Me
make sure
too.
that you both know which side you're on.
Yes.
Yeah, which is why
You don't wanna
we
go to the same
should
place.
finish discussing that first.
Yeah, so I'll be over here on my side and Alex on the other side. Cool. So for all the DPS, you guys are going to be in your groups, I guess, right? Or no?
I don't think we have to be in our group at this
Hey,
point.
DPS just will be close to
The
her.
melee were just at a hitbox.
Okay.
Melee range.
So it's just tanks. Okay, got it.
DPS and healers vibe.
Yeah, let's try. Yeah, we got about 10
So,
minutes left.
I don't like
no
this.
reason
Tanks have to do a lot of work.
complicate it. We just have to either, however you want to think about it, either her left hand or your right hand, or her right hand and your left hand.
Yeah, it's
Essentially all you have to think. However way you want to think.
however you did Shiva. Just plug that in. Replace.
I'm pretty sure Shiva, we split the platform in half.
Did we? Okay, I don't know.
Yeah.
I've done so many groups.
Yeah.
I've
I
done
don't
so many
remember
groups.
That's
doing
just-
Shiva that way.
I've done
That's just
so.
north-south. Shiva's
Okay.
I'm just gonna get her high hand. That's where I belong.
So I'm just gonna think about it as my right.
I think the easiest thing is
However
just to
you-
have your camera face her.
Yep.
And then go to the side.
Just run to the marker.
Okay.
Run to Alex. Like, who is your tank, and just pray that the tank is doing it right.
Oh boy.
Alex, who's your tank?
Wait. Is this a trick question?
Howdy.
Can we, thank you.
As much as we love goofing off, we got like 10 minutes of raid.
AoE. Stack with partner.
Partner.
Hot.
Protean. Tank Busters. Provoke. Alec. Shurg. Ice Hera. AoE.
Step in for the heal.
Remember, you want to stand on her hitbox and just get knocked back and drop it where you land.
Knockback.
Don't move back any further.
Place Bramble.
Just drop it where it is. Move up
Away from
to max
tethered
melee.
walls.
BD.
Break your thing first, and then this is a spot. There we go.
Not quite.
A little faster. A little faster.
Out then healer
I got
steps,
Alec.
then sides.
Anti-air.
Everyone out
Stand.
first, then
Just
tanks
stand.
do their thing.
Oh,
Out
guys, don't get near
first.
me. It's not a stack, guys.
Don't get near me.
And now,
Hallowed.
fuck off away from the tanks!
Oh, I still died.
The tanks!
I still
That was
died.
not the tanks!
We live.
I think it was one of the
I'm
tanks
sure
was
you know I'm
dead.
not on the tanks.
I
Well,
think
I
one of
got
the tanks was dead, so it targeted me.
Yeah.
Oh wait, you were dead? Oh, never mind.
Yeah, I was getting up. It probably
JK, I figured it out.
shot before that.
I was gonna say, why did we all die?
Yeah, tanks didn't take that solo. I think
I
it's
died
just,
because my last tether
I'm just gonna insta pull.
was a little too long.
Just give it 10 seconds.
I won't like destroy people's openers.
There's no dancer here.
It's for me.
I have 4
If you guys
tokens,
want,
I
if you
can't
guys
do it.
want divination on time, we have to have a 20-second countdown. Sorry, they changed it.
No high spin rolls.
Hope someone's gonna get blasted in the face. That was Alex. That's all
That's
good.
fine.
Unacceptable.
AoE.
I love it personally.
Sorry, well, you love what?
Getting hit before she latches on to Heish.
I see. That's exactly what I
Stack
thought
with
you
partner.
Yep.
partner.
Partners?
Buddies!
Clock.
Protean.
Are you your main divine Veil, Alex?
Oh fuck.
Fuck it. We wait for
And I've been so
swap.
good on it.
Tank
then I get-
Busters.
Fuck it.
Provoke.
Take it, take
Alec.
it, take it.
I got
Shurg. Ice
Look at
Hera.
this, look at this, look at this, watch this.
I was hoping to shoot me again. Watch this.
and then you die. Bye.
I thought someone was getting rescued, to be
Ew.
honest.
No.
Step into the star, please.
I'm not gonna be that big.
Max melee, clock back.
Knockback.
But you
Place
knock
Bramble.
back and drop it where you land. Don't move.
Away
Okay.
from
I
tethered
get to
walls.
melee range.
BD again.
B and D.
Run through. Then run to the safe spot.
Oh shit!
Sides, then healer,
It's
stacks,
okay.
then
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Sides.
Wide angle to the sides. 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 To the sides.
And then you go to the center, I believe. Right after the first one. Yeah. Oh! More center than that, I guess!
What-
No,
oh,
those are targeted then.
I think
How do
it's-
we know who it's targeting?
Well, it definitely hit me.
It's only one of the first times you've actually been all alive for that mechanic, so who knows?
AoE.
I know. Let's try it again. I guess.
There's the
That's
AoE.
AoE.
Live, Caius, live!
Kai's. Oh.
Did not.
Almost.
So wide angle is just to get in front of her, then, right? Because I
You
over.
want to be up to her sides. So like side of her hitbox, you can feel be safe.
Right, and then when it fires, you
But then
run.
I think it's right in the center after.
Okay, let's try it again. Yeah.
So W.
Corner, move in, then center.
Well, it wouldn't be like necessary corner, but it's like her sides.
Well,
Her
the
sides,
first one
yeah.
for like the very,
No.
very beginning.
The second
Not
hit seemed
corner.
very targeted.
It was weird.
Let
Yeah.
me see if I can find an example of her doing it.
Well, let's keep pulling. Do practice the seeds, and then we can look up stuff afterwards. Yeah, probably let's
Yeah.
get down.
That's true.
We can do that for homework.
Yeah, we can do. And more people are getting clear and post their clear videos. And then we can-
I did hear once you get to 50%, you've seen all the mechanics. She just does it
It's one
over
of those
again.
fights.
Oh no,
Yeah.
one
Classic first
Yep.
tier fight.
classic. She
Yeah,
just
for sure.
repeats.
There's
Yeah,
one-
she just repeats it, but it's I think it's random which anti-air.
I'm sorry, Jane.
Ow.
Warriors
Yeah.
go weird because they have to tomahawk and it takes time to get there.
AoE.
Dude, baseball.
But then I can't center her by baseball.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I'm not a tank, as you can tell.
Stack with partner.
Buddy.
Yeah, getting big for your britches.
Where's my
right?
buddy? Oh, there's my buddy.
On the way. On the way.
Rodian.
showing up fast.
I looked to my right where he normally is. He's not there. I'm like, oh.
Tank
Then spot-
Busters. Provoke. Alec. Shirt. Ice Hera.
Jin, the boss moving around doesn't mess you up, does it? Pretty much.
No, I just move over so I don't get hit by your AoE.
Okay, no, I'm just making sure.
AoE.
As it's for tides.
Step in for the heal.
Wait for the heal. Be right on her hitbox.
Knockback. Place
Get
Bramble.
knocked back and don't move. Move into
Away
melee
from
range.
tethered walls.
BD again?
Pop sprint. Run through. Run to the safe side. Almost. Almost.
I
Sides,
got
then
Hyla.
healer, stacks, then out.
Wide angle.
Sides.
So we're like, yeah. Right? And then.
I ran off.
Both tanks went to the same side that time.
Oh, she does pick people. She does
Yeah,
pick
she
people.
definitely does.
Okay,
I
so
think
that,
it's-
that one's the healer shit.
Are you sure? Because I've died both times. I think it's tanks.
Because other people are dead.
Yeah, other people are dead.
You
Oh.
actually
AoE.
need to share it with more than one person. And you need to not clip it with other people.
Alright, so that's the one where we need to worry about the left, right, whatever.
Yeah.
Air,
The
the
run
tanks have
through?
to handle it.
What's wrong with the run? Because Alex is
Yeah, I keep getting killed, or almost
Do we
killed by
want to change
Hyla's
up our clock positions then?
tether.
Sure.
What could we change it to?
Slap all
I
the
don't know
DPS on the same side.
Yeah, we could probably.
So if
Probably
DPS
do
have
that.
to run to DC, then just have DPS be like A through B, or
Yeah,
swap
yeah,
them.
yeah. Yeah, we could fix it up. How much time we got? Yeah,
Can we do one more pull and then
Let's-
just
let's see
redo
what
the clocks
happens.
next
We
time?
have
Yeah.
time for one more poll.
Let's try it the same way one last time, and then we'll figure out the new position.
Oh yeah, I'm on a pot. Go down to 107 of
Don't.
these things.
I think the new doing different positions might hurt later in the fight.
Might hurt later.
Yeah, because there's stuff that requires clockwise
We
rotation.
could see what other groups are doing, and then see what works best for us. That's also an option. Yay, no one got shot in the face.
Yeah, potty.
AoE.
Because, you know, it being like the first week, there's probably like 5 different strategies out there.
Oh yeah, there's always week 1 strategies.
Protean.
90%
Spots.
spots, and 90% of them are going to be strat.
Buddy.
Stack with partner.
I just remember my one E1 S clear, or it was like day 2. It was so ghetto.
Tank busters.
Swap?
Provoke.
Forever
Alec.
trying.
Shurd. Ice Hera. AoE.
Step in for heal.
Be on her hitbox.
Knockback.
Don't move after being knocked
Place
back.
Bramble. Away from
Even-
tethered walls.
Is AC.
Move 2. It's a safe spot.
Out then healer stacks then sides.
Out.
Anti-air.
This is the tank one there. So
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay away from
I think I can just
Oh,
buy
stay away
that.
from me, stay away from me, stay away from me.
Wow, what a
That targeted me.
Wait, Alex was in the wrong spot.
what?
I don't know, but
I
it
was
targeted
on the
other
right
people
spot.
too.
It targeted me and Lilin over on this side.
Yep.
So maybe there is still a healer stack there.
AoE.
Research and stuff.
Is it
Yeah.
is it a proximity based thing? Or maybe
No, I was
or maybe
miles
like a-
away.
Well, like,
Oh,
is it
It was massive.
Like, is it one of those that you can bait from being far away? Because
No, I was furthest away. I didn't get hit.
Yeah, we're getting
Somewhat
sides mixed
blind
up.
frog.
Yeah.
It's fun. I will not.
Alex, so
I was on the right side. I don't know what to say.
no. If she was where she is right now and she's using anti-air, I would be on this side because that's her left, and then you would be on this side. That's her right.
I thought it was relative to her, so I'd always be on
It
her
is
left
relative
side.
to her. So she
Wait,
is
I
facing
would be always on her left side, though.
her.
No,
Alec,
her,
you're-
her left side of where she's facing.
you were last one. You were on.
So
Well,
for
I
you,
bet now-
for
This
you,
side would be her left side.
Yeah.
Can I back
Yeah.
out?
oh yeah, you're
Yeah,
fine.
we're-
oh, I see.
More left and right so it can drive me insane.
I know what's happening. So there's 2 AOE's going off on the tanks, and then there's an AOE going off on each of the healers at the same time for anti-air. So that's why the healers need to stack with the 2 DPS, and then the 2 tanks have to be out, so that way they don't clip, and then they move into the boss. So one of the formations I'm seeing in a picture is that for anti-air is the 2 DPS and a healer are in a corner on her side, at the far corner. And then
Can we get sides
the
down
other...
first before doing that?
I
Can
think
we
it's
get
okay to
sides down
discuss what
first
we're.
before doing that?
It's good to know what we're going to do even once we get sides down. Since we're not going in again, I think it's okay to discuss the strats now.
At least that's
So Lilin, you think healer and 2 DPS are in the corner. Tanks are slightly offset, further away from the boss in the
yeah,
corner.
because they're getting hit with a big giant AOE as well. So that's
Yeah.
so what's happening is 4 people are getting targeted with AOE's. That's why we're seeing so many. That's why we're seeing different people getting blasted randomly.
Yep. So
Um,
boss explodes. Healers, DPS move into where it just exploded. Each of the healers and tanks, all 4 explode.
Yeah, all at the same time.
That's why I was seeing them stacking in 3s, because the tank is behind them where the stack is. So they're stacking
There
at
we
the
go.
edge of her hitbox, and the tank is way back here. That's why they're on her hitbox, because the tank AoE is so huge, I assume.
Okay.
Perfect. That's it. That's our
That's
strat
for.
next time.
Is that for anti-air or?
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
for anti-air, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Who knows that wide angle though? We'll handle that one later.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
we'll burn that bridge once we've crossed it.
Absolutely. All right. Well, thank you all for a day of Prague.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
Got
see you tomorrow.
Stomped on.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Toodles.
Bye, everybody.
Night.